Greetings, agents. Today I'm bringing you a build that is named after one of our clients members that introduced me to this particular build. I'm going to be calling it the Omega build. I recently called it, I believe, Torment or Turmoil or something. I messed it up. After talking with the clients members, I felt like that it should be named after the clients member that brought it to my attention. With that being said, this build is not a top tier DPS build. This is a very fun build to play in groups. You can play it in solo, but you're going to have the most fun playing it in groups. So let's get right into the Omega build. We are using the survival specialization primarily for the incinerator grenades, so if they get caught in a grenade, they'll get a little bit of a burn effect. We are not using any modifiers. You can use it with modifiers. I am not. Our sidearm is the quick step, so we can swap over to it to run really fast. Great for whenever you're farming or possibly running retaliation and you're trying to speed run through things. Our secondary weapon is the Emily's Guard, primarily because if I need a little bit of health, I can quickly get a target that's almost dead and shoot it and generate a little bit of armor back. Our primary weapon here is the Scorpio shotgun. As you can see, the reason we want the Scorpio shotgun is because it applies either a debuff or a ticking damage of some sort to the target. 2 shots is poison, 4 shots is disorient, 6 shots is shock. Excuse me, a little tongue twister there. After 9 shots, it takes an additional 20% more damage from all sources. We're going to complement that with the Vile Mask. Primarily with the Vile Mask, it gives toxic delivery if there's a debuff applied to the target, over 10 seconds, of course. So that's a nice little effect to whenever I shoot my shotgun, I also can apply toxic delivery. So that's 2 debuffs applying to that particular target. You can see that we have protection against elite mod with that. As for our gear set, we are rocking the backpack and the chest piece specifically. They do have the attribute status effects on both of them. We do have mods for protection against elites for the defense. And to quickly go over why we're using the backpack, it amplifies all damage you deal to status effect targets by 30%. And then as for the chest piece, it has indirect transmission, changing the range from 10 meters to 15 meters and refreshes the percentage from 50% to 75%. So this way, when the targets do spread out, it has a better opportunity to spread to another target, as well as what gets spread. The percentage of the damage getting spreaded is not 50%, it's 75%. For our gloves and our knee pads, we are rocking the Eclipse Protocol gloves and knee pads with status effects. For our holster, we are using the Electric Holster brand set because it has 1 piece status effects. And then the attributes, status effects, and skill damage. The skill damage will add to, of course, the skill damage. When it comes to this particular piece, you can swap these 2 pieces out put this as the Eclipse Protocol, and if you have the named snow piece that's electric from the seasonal event, you could use it to give you kind of a little bit more animation effect to the target that's affected by a status effect. It's more of a fun and nice to have, but not a hard requirement. For our skills, I am rocking the Crusader Shield because I have 6 skill tiers, and the fact that it makes my defense a little bit higher. However, you could use whatever skill you want. If you choose to do so, I recommend bringing that skill up to at least Expertise 12 to help out a little bit for that damage. And as for the other skill, I am using the Sticky Bomb Burn. I like this particular one. It has a nice decent sized cooldown in comparison to the other status effect skills that are available out to it. You, however, do not have to use this. You could use whatever you want. So skills are really whatever you want. Highly recommend using something with some type of status effect. All right, we'll go to the defense real quick. Let's talk about that. As I was saying on the defense, we do have a little bit of protection against elites. Since we are using survival specialization, we get a little bit of bump on that protection against elites. If you only have 12s, this number will be a 46, not a 47. I do only have 113 at the moment. So that's how this build works. Well, welcome to the Omega build, brought to you by the Clan. Thank you, agents, for taking the time to review this tactical build that I have provided for you. If you like what you saw, please subscribe subscribe to the channel. If there's a build that you're looking for, feel free to comment in the threads. And as always, be safe.